Imagine a room filled with the smell of food, sweat, and religious debate. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. A woman breaks a jar of pure nard, a fragrance so potent it fills every corner of the house. Some called it a waste. Jesus called it a beautiful thing. Welcome to Aroma of Christ. Today, we look at Mary Magdalene and the alabaster box. We're going to discover why your greatest worship isn't found in your words, but in the fragrance of your sacrifice. The oil Mary used was spikenard, an exotic, expensive perfume from the Himalayas. It cost a year's wages. For most, this was their life savings, their security, their future. But Mary didn't just pour a little. She broke the box. The lesson: to release the aroma of Christ, the box must be broken. The box represents our ego, our reputation, and our safety nets. As long as the oil stays inside the jar, no one can smell it. It's only in the breaking of our pride that the world can finally smell the sweetness of Jesus in our lives. What box is God asking you to break today? The disciples were angry about the waste, but Jesus saw something prophetic. He said, "She has done this to prepare me for burial." Think about this. When Jesus walked to the cross, when he stood before Pilate, when he hung on that tree, he carried the scent Mary had poured on him. In his moment of greatest pain, he was surrounded by the aroma of her love. The lesson: your worship scents the atmosphere for others. When you stay in the presence of God, you carry a fragrance that comforts the brokenhearted and reminds the world that even in death or burial seasons, there is a sweetness that cannot be taken away. On the third day, Mary went to the tomb with more spices to anoint a dead body. But she found an empty tomb and a living king. She was the first to see him, and the first to carry the news of the resurrection. She went from the scent of burial to the aroma of life. The lesson: the aroma of Christ is never just about death. It's always about the resurrection. When you encounter the risen King, your fragrance changes from mourning to dancing, from ashes to beauty. Mary Magdalene teaches us that the most valuable thing we own is our worship. Don't be afraid to be broken for him. The fragrance is worth the cost. If you are ready to break your alabaster box for Jesus, type "broken and beautiful" in the comments. Like, subscribe, and keep carrying the fragrance. We'll see you in the next story.